Japan moving to allow individual tourists in again. I can't believe it. It's actually happening, guys.
Oh, sure, Japan's thinking about opening their borders for individual tourists now. Just a few days after I made my video addressing their tourism restrictions and possible xenophobic behavior, they're now considering to open up again. Just my luck. But hey, it's something, I guess. I think I got a notification on Twitter. Hold on. I think y'all are trying to tell me something. I just can't put my finger on it. Wait, isn't this that live-action Sailor Moon thing that was leaked at a convention years ago? Yeah. I already know it exists. But do you seriously want me to talk about something so vague and mysterious that we only have a small VHS recording to help us? Wait, someone actually found the pilot episode? You know what? I think for this occasion, we're just gonna list this as another episode of What Am I Watching? And if you can't tell in my voice, I apologize. I'm still recovering from the flu, but felt the need to record this because I got a busy schedule ahead, so let's just do this. A little while ago, a random clip recorded on a VHS camcorder appeared on YouTube showing a panel from Anime Expo 1995. This particular panel revealed a very random music video showcasing an attempt to make an American Sailor Moon TV show.
Why?
No one knows why or how or just why, but this nearly 30-year-old clip recording was the only glimpse we had of the American Sailor Moon pilot series. That is until random cells and images were released and being sold on eBay roughly around 2012. Now, the search was on an American Sailor Moon TV show that nearly happened, and we wanted answers. Like, seriously, why? But alas, the cells, images, and VHS recordings of the panel were our only recovered references of this show actually existing. Until now. A YouTuber by the name Raymona hosts a series on her channel called Tales of the Lost. It's a series dedicated to finding lost media from her early childhood days, assumed to be lost in time. But she searches for them relying on her memories alone. That's pretty much what I did when I reviewed the actual first anime I ever watched as a kid. I was roughly 5 or 6 when I watched this VHS movie, so all I could really remember was some kid who sucked at playing the oboe, and his classmates made fun of him for it. But he finds himself running away to the land of fairies, and shenanigans ensue from there. I eventually found the right name on Google and rediscovered the very first anime I ever watched, A Journey Through Fairyland, a Fantasia-like fantasy story produced by Sanrio. Hello, kitty. Still, my search to find that film was easy enough since, it actually released to the public. Raymona's journey, however, to find the lost footage of the American Sailor Moon series was pretty much more difficult since the series never came to fruition. After all, this was just a pilot concept. This would not be easy to find. She made a 2-part documentary series going over everything she had to go through, from contacting the people who took part in the production, trying to negotiate for the release of any footage from a not-so-cooperative producer, and eventually getting permission from the rights owner, Frank Ward, to ask for anything left in the Library of Congress. Wouldn't you know it, she was not only given the original music video that was shown at Anime Expo 1995, but also the original pilot concept. Oh. We weren't really expecting a pilot to exist, wow. So seriously, congratulations to you and your efforts, Raymona. And seriously, to everyone watching this video, go check out her channel. I'm sure she's gonna find heaps more of lost media that'll give me weird flashbacks of my childhood, and I'm looking forward to that. Naturally, because of her major discovery, a lot of you have been tagging me non-stop on Twitter wanting my opinions on this pilot since, I don't know, y'all seem to think I like Sailor Moon or something. I wonder what gave you that idea. Well, let's look into this weird concept to talk about how and why, mostly why, this almost came into fruition. If you want the full story, again, check out Raymona's videos, but long story short, Sailor Moon was becoming the next big thing back in the early 90s, basically taking Asia and Europe by storm. Toei Animation really wanted to reach out to America for an English dub release and showcase the concept to several distribution companies. But the studios, Toon Makers, and Renaissance Atlantic pitched them a different idea. At the time, Renaissance Atlantic was responsible for turning a show like Super Sentai into, some tiny little show called The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm sure you've heard of them. Toon Maker started off as an animation company that assisted with animating selected scenes from Once Upon a Forest, Tom and Jerry the Movie, Ferngully, and Thumbelina. Oh my god, I've seen every single one of these films. My childhood is a ringin'. They even tried to produce other projects like Dick Danger.
Dick Danger, space mercenary, blasting his way to you.
I have several questions. Toon Makers was just itching to get into the Saturday morning cartoon lineup, though, so they teamed up with Renaissance Atlantic to pitch a concept for an American version of Sailor Moon that would ultimately be a grand mixture of 2D animated action scenes, 3D transformation sequences, and live-action actresses when they're not fighting. Yeah, I'm sure this was Toei's original reaction right here.
You serious?
So instead of just dubbing a pre-existing, pre-animated, pre-made, we're literally handing you a free cartoon that just needs to be translated show, this production thought it would be so much better to make an American version that is sure to be more acceptable to their targeted audience. Man, Power Rangers is so popular. You know it would be a great idea though? Another Power Rangers, but with a different branding. It worked so well for VR Troopers and Big Bad Beetleborgs, so this should be another great idea. You know, as the old saying goes in Hollywood, if it succeeded the first time, make it again and again and again. And to think, it wouldn't have stopped here. Perish the thought. I mean, you do remember when they made a live-action adaptation of Fist of the North Star, right? American productions were so adamant on taking other people's content and making their own version of it, we could have had more anime titles turned into TV shows like this if it actually succeeded. I mean, think about it. More movies would have been censored or dubbed differently if Studio Ghibli hadn't have sent that sword to Miramax with the engravings, no cuts. And more live-action adaptations that vaguely resemble the original source material would have been made if the owners from Japan didn't put their foot down with a big ol' no. Stop it. Get some help. Still, if Hollywood notices any form of success in other countries, they try their best to dip their toes into the money pool with their own adaptations that either come out pretty good or not at all. Needless to say, Toei said no to Toon Makers and Renaissance Atlantic's idea and just gave the dubbing rights to DiC. So what was this glorious idea that they felt the need to push instead of just, dubbing the show, you may be asking?
The tan looks like an angel flying higher than a bird. Sailor Moon. She's got a life in the
Oh, I'm starting to feel sick again. So instead of our characters being reincarnations of the Sailor Guardians, our heroes are the legit princess warriors who fled for their safety. Princess warriors? Really? Yeah, if you hear that loud screaming in the background, that's probably Xena calling her lawyers right now. Apparently, Queen Beryl is trying to get her hands on the Jewels of Power. Okay, this is sounding more like a bootleg than an actual concept here. In order to strengthen their protection, Queen Serenity arranges a unity between the Earth and the Moon Kingdom by marrying her daughter to Prince Darien. They seem to be fine with the arrangement since they love each other, but of course, Queen Beryl makes her attack and...
No!
Oh no. Oh, Darien's dead. What can we do? Anyways, the princess warriors make their way to Earth in order to hide from Queen Beryl and turn live action. You tell me, I don't know why either. After losing her home and her beloved prince while forcing herself into hiding, what is Sailor Moon's first planned action in order to take down Queen Beryl?
Whoa! There goes one of my 9 lives.
The tan!
Oh my god, we're gonna have a dance tonight. Time for a 90s makeover montage. Yes, queen!
Luna, what's wrong?
Queen Beryl is attacking the people of planet Jupiter. They need your help.
And the prom's tomorrow!
Subtlety, thy name is not Saban Moon. This pilot is just straight up formulaic from the aesthetics, presentation, and writing. Also, remember when they changed everyone's names to sound more American? Serena, Amy, Ray, Lita, Mina, Darien, etc., etc. Well, this time we have Darien and Victoria. Victoria. Really? Serena made more sense because it came from the name Serenity. But where does Victoria come from? We also don't really know the names of the other girls, but if Ray Mona's prediction is true, we can match the new names with an old commercial made by Deke that gave Usagi the name Victoria because of this adaptation. So we also have Dana, Sarah, Carrie, and Blue. Blue? Blue?
Her friend Blue becomes
Sailor Mercury!
Is it really because her entire aesthetic is blue?
Yo, listen up! Here's the story about a Sailor Scout that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything she sees is just blue. Like her, inside and outside. Blue her house with the blue little window and a blue compact. And everything is blue for her and herself and everybody around. Cause she ain't got nobody. That's sad.
Naturally, since this is a product of commercialism and the 90s, each girl is typecasted to a certain characteristic, and that's it. Mars went from a shrine maiden with spiritual powers to a tomboy. Jupiter went from a tomboy who loves cute and feminine things to the nerd. And Venus went from an aspiring idol in trading to Blanche Devereaux. And if they're straight to the point, no subtlety needed whatsoever, typecasting wasn't bad enough. Just hear their dialogue.
Honest. Should I be smashing in white or sophisticated in black?
Get it? 'Cause she is a tomboy.
Statistically speaking, I am going to find the cutest guy at the dance.
Get it? 'Cause she's a nerd.
No, you won't.
And why not?
Because he'll be dancing with me.
Get it? 'Cause she's a whore.
That was a joke. A really, really dumb and bad joke. That was a dumb, dumb joke. That really was a dumb and bad joke.
As for Sailor Mercury, I think something's different about this one. Her hair's not blue. Okay, if there's one thing people pointed out about this adaptation is the diverse casting. While it seemed refreshing for some, I wasn't too surprised considering the diverse casting they had in Power Rangers. It's an American show, and there's plenty of diverse cultures in America, so it makes sense to be racially inclusive while also reaching out to their biggest audience because money! Still, I was surprised to see a Sailor Scout in a wheelchair. Now that is something you don't see every day. A superhero bound to a chair and still kicking ass? That's pretty cool, but my cynical brain is acting up again. I mean, being diverse enough to have a paraplegic hero is one thing, but her chair turns into a flying vehicle that could shoot out laser beams. I'm just saying, I can see the Sailor Moon doll commercials with this chair being sold separately by Bandai. Seriously, it was the 90s. What kid wouldn't want to buy a space flying wheelchair that goes pew pew?
Luna, what's wrong?
Well, I found out I have cancer. And it's you!
So, that's it basically. Instead of fighting evil by moonlight and winning love by daylight, they're 2D animated warriors fighting Queen Beryl by moonlight and going to a live-action boarding school while thinking about boys and dances by daylight. While marketing does everything they can to drain our pockets with new laws being made every day to keep companies away from manipulating children with their targeted ads, YouTube. Yeah, sorry about that cough, you know I'm still sick. The 90s was top to bottom, head to toe, no shame whatsoever, dripping in toy commercials that manipulated kids into pushing their parents into buying them. And the majority of cartoons aimed towards children in that era were solely made to sell toys. This version of Sailor Moon was a push to not only make an Americanized, watered down, and family-friendly version of this iconic heroine, but also to push toys, as you can see with their product concepts. From the brooches, to the space gliders, to the pew-pew-pew space chair, this Sailor Moon was honestly a not-so-subtle product to sell toys. That Toei took a step back to look at everything and obviously gave a big, fat no. Deke ultimately won the distribution and dubbing rights, but they also borrowed concepts from the American pilot, like the moon bike, the logo, Victoria. I'm never getting over that.
An ordinary high school girl named Victoria.
While Hollywood still tries to make cash grab concepts based on popular IP from successful brands outside of their reach, it's hard to imagine what could have been if productions kept making these watered down adaptations. If 4Kids was bad enough for censoring their shows and replacing anything Japanese with American substitutes, suits. Can you imagine seeing other concepts made to follow the American safe formula? I think they honestly had to stop making these kinds of concepts for kids once they took a giant look at what Japan was creating, and yeah, I don't think they can make a Power Ranger version with any of these. Oof, boy howdy. But I'm sure Netflix's adaptation of One Piece will be a hit. What could possibly go wrong? Well, that was a thing. Couldn't have witnessed it ourselves if not for the amazing efforts made by Raymona. Seriously, you are a legend, and I can't wait to see more of your work. Again, all of you should check out her channel if you haven't already. Get her some more subscribers. If you've seen this bizarre pilot of American Sailor Moon, or Saban Moon as some of you are calling it, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Special shout out to my friends Katarina and Howard for checking up on me while I was sick. Yeah, there's a flu going around Sydney, and they randomly called me as I was typing this script just to check up on me, so I love you guys. Consider this to be your surprise. Thanks for checking in on me. Special thanks to my friend Mikey for helping me mix those songs. What can I say? I randomly like making songs and he knows how to mix them, so thank you. Go check out his Twitch channel at Shalane the Insane. I also want to give a huge thank you to my amazing Patreon supporters for supporting the channel. YouTube really isn't helping me out, as per usual, but I can still make any kind of video that I want thanks to your amazing support and generosity. And of course, I want to thank all of you for watching this video. If you like what you see here, be sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to Anime America for more. Just that alone helps the channel a lot. Thanks again so much for watching this video. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.